Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tokyo Talk. I'm your host, Mai.
And I'm Jack. Today's word is a fantastic one for looking deeper into the world around us. It's perceive.
That's right. To perceive something is to become aware of it or to understand it. It's more than just what you see with your eyes.
Exactly. In my field, we talk about how an AI perceives data. It's not just reading numbers, it's about identifying patterns.
So it suggests a level of interpretation. You are not just a passive receiver of information.
That's the core of it. It's about the cognitive process behind observation.
When Jack mentions cognitive process, he is referring to the mental actions of acquiring knowledge through thought and experience.
Thanks, Mai. For example, when traveling in Japan, I quickly perceived that speaking loudly on a train was frowned upon, even if no one said anything.
That's a perfect example. I try to do that when I'm on dates, to perceive whether a guy is genuinely interested.
The search continues then. Are you perceiving any good signals lately?
Let's just say I'm still collecting data. It's like playing my sax in a jazz trio. You have to perceive the other musician's intentions to improvise well.
A fantastic analogy. It's all about picking up on those subtle cues, isn't it?
Exactly. When Jack says subtle cues, he means small or indirect signals that can be difficult to detect.
So, how does perceive differ from a simpler word like notice? That must confuse some learners.
Great question. Notice is more about simple observation. You notice a new haircut, but you perceive a change in someone's mood.
So I could say, from his quiet tone, I perceived that he was unhappy with the decision.
Precisely. But you would say, I noticed he left the meeting early. One is an interpretation, the other is a fact.
What about the word sense? I often use that for feelings. I sensed some tension.
Sense is very close, but it's more based on intuition or a gut feeling. Perceive often implies you are interpreting actual, observable evidence, even if it's subtle.
So sensing is like having a human sixth sense, while perceiving is more like being a detective and analyzing clues.
That's a great way to put it. Then there's realize, which is usually about a sudden understanding of a fact.
Like when I suddenly realized I forgot my passport. That's a moment of panic, not a slow interpretation.
Exactly. You wouldn't say you perceived you forgot it. It seems that grasping the subtext of these words is key.
Mai, could you explain grasping the subtext for our listeners?
Of course. Grasping the subtext means understanding the hidden or underlying meaning of something that is not stated directly.
So what would be the opposite of perceive? To not see what's really there.
Good point. Antonyms could be overlook or misinterpret. You either miss the signs completely or you read them incorrectly.
I've seen meetings go south due to cultural misperceptions.
When Jack says a meeting went south, it's an idiom meaning it failed or turned bad.
Absolutely. How about in your work as an event producer, Mai? You must have to perceive the energy of a crowd.
Constantly. If I perceive the audience is getting bored, I have to signal the host to change the pace. It's a vital skill.
I can imagine. Okay, before we wrap up, shall we do a quick review of what we learned?
Let's do it. You start.
To perceive a change.
This means to become aware of or interpret that something is different, often through insight.
Subtle cues.
This refers to small, indirect signals that are not obvious or easy to detect.
Grasping the subtext.
This means understanding the hidden or underlying meaning of what is said or written.
And now for a final contrast. I'll say a sentence with perceive.
And I'll explain it and give a contrasting example using notice.
Okay. She perceived a note of sarcasm in his voice.
Perceive is correct here because it involves interpreting his tone. In contrast, you would say, she noticed that he spoke very loudly, because that is a simple, direct observation.
Excellent. That really clarifies the difference. Practice using perceive this week, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to Tokyo Talk. Until next time.